Man, it's been so many years since I've been here in the alley. I'm glad you and General Huaiyan were able to join us, Yunli.
Yeah, Ruo is always telling me how wonderful and lively the Lofu is. I'm really excited to experience everything here for the first time. Also, if I recall correctly, I remember you telling me about your best friends that you haven't seen in 5 years.
Yeah, their names are Linyan, Zhudong, and Xinyue. Zhudong and Xinyue should be arriving at any moment. I bet you're still concerned about the incident between you and Zhudong that happened 5 years ago, Ruo?
Yeah, I just hope he still isn't too upset about it. I'm also hoping that he's finally willing to hear my side of the story so we can put this whole misunderstanding between us. But based on what I've heard from you, Yunli, I know that it won't be easy to convince him.
Huh? It was that bad?
Unfortunately, it was, Fenghua. But what he still doesn't understand is that his ex was the one that cheated. I tried to convince her to stop since I knew it wasn't right, but it was too late for me to explain. At that point, Zhudong was irate to the point where he damn near tried to kill me.
Wow, I'm really sorry that happened to you. I hope your situation gets resolved this time since the New Year's festival is coming up soon. By the way, Yunli has been telling us about this place nearby called Spices Supreme that I can't wait to try.
Oh yes, you're really gonna love the food there, Fenghua.
That restaurant has so many good memories. The 4 of us used to stop by there all the time.
Exactly. And we once again get to experience those moments like they never left us. Welcome home, my good friend Ruo Xuan.
Huh? I wasn't expecting to see you so soon, Xinyue. How have you been these days? I noticed you switched to a completely different outfit to what I've been used to seeing for as long as we've known each other for.
Yeah, I recently decided to try out something new, and this ended up being a lot more comfortable. By the way, Linyan has been doing amazing since he met someone who's been really important to him a year ago.
Yeah, I noticed her from the Legend of the Trailblazer performance Yunli sent to me after work. If I remember correctly, her name is Clara, right?
You're absolutely correct, my old friend. You would think they're a couple cause of how much time they spend with each other.
Hold on a minute. Where the hell did you come from all of a sudden, Zhudong?
I've actually been strolling around the area for a while and just so happened to surprisingly run into y'all. Especially our old friend here who we haven't seen in so many years.
So this seems to be fate's way of bringing us together. Anyways, allow me to introduce the 2 of you to my wife.
Hello there. My name is Fenghua. My husband has told me a lot about you guys. It's a pleasure for us to finally meet in person.
It's an honor for us to meet you as well, Fenghua. Anyways, I think you should join them while Ruo and I walk around and catch up for a bit, Xinyue.
Sure thing, Zhudong. I guess this will be a good way for us to get to know each other better. Ugh, please don't do anything reckless, Zhudong. I really don't want you guys to have a repeat of 5 years ago.
Yeah, Fenghua is really easy to talk with, so you guys will get along really well. By the way, will Linyan and his friend be showing up soon?
Linyan and Clara seem to be busy with their Discord session, but I'll message them to pull up since you're here. But for now, the 3 of us should head to Spices Supreme since Fenghua has really been looking forward to trying out the food.
I can guarantee that you won't regret trying out their food for the first time, Fenghua. This is coming from one of their regulars, by the way.
Oh, I bet. Yunli and Ruo tell me that it's one of the best destinations for any tourist to stop by. We'll wait there for the 2 of you to finish your walk.
There's something I've been wanting to ask for a while. You're not still mad about the situation from 5 years ago, are you? I guess I'll take that as a yes then.
Why the fuck has yo bitch ass returned? I'm pretty sure I made it clear that I never want to see you back here again.
It's been 5 fucking years and you still haven't gotten over this grudge? Are you serious right now, Hunt Eon? Look, I really need you to hear my side of the story this time, Zhudong, my bro, cause this is all a big misunderstanding.
I've already seen everything that I needed to see that day. And I ain't your bro no more, you hoe-ass nigga.
From your perspective, it may look like that, but there's something that you missed before you showed up. That thought is the one that kissed me first. And because of that, it ruined our friendship.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. How do I know that you're not making these excuses to hide what really happened between y'all?
I don't know how else you want me to prove it, but that's the truth. Why would I ever do this to you knowing that I'm one of your best friends?
I don't need you to prove shit. All I want is for you and your bitch-ass wife to take y'all asses back to the Zhuming.
Huh? Did either of you 2 hear that?
Yeah, and I could have sworn that I heard Zhudong's voice just now. You guys don't think that they could have ran into some trouble along the way?
About that, I'll go patrol the area just in case.
I'll come with you, Xinyue. I also want to explore the area anyways. And by the way, I know my way around a fight, so you don't need to worry about me that much if we run into any trouble.
Oh, well that's good to hear. I was planning on hitting up Linyan and Clara just in case of another Sanctus Medicus attack. We should get going since I have a really bad feeling that something broke out.
Listen, Zhudong, you're my homie and everything, but that doesn't mean that I'll let you get away with talking about my wife like that.
Answer me this, Huohuo. Would your homie make out with his girl behind his back?
How many times do I need to say that she made out with me first? I never had any intentions to kiss or shit, even fuck your ex.
Oh shit! The worst possible outcome ended up coming true! I'm so sorry about this, Fenghua. Zhudong is actually one of the smartest people I know, but he tends to act this foolish at times.
You don't need to apologize to me for anything, Xinyue. All that matters is that we break this fight up and settle everything once and for all.
You're right. I just messaged Linyan and Clara to come as soon as possible.
Huh? This nigga's strong enough to break through my frost shield now?
I'm sorry, Zhudong, but this is for your own good.
You're sorry for that weak-ass kick you attempted, bitch nigga? Don't make me laugh, you pathetic swordsmith NPC-looking ass from Wuthering Waves, motherfucker.
Huohuo! Oh no! This is similar to what happened between them 5 years ago. You know what? I've had enough of this. I'm gonna confront Zhudong right now.
I'm joining you since that's my husband he knocked out. I'm sorry I have to say this, but if it ends up coming to it, I'm prepared to fight your friend.
You know, at this point, I don't blame you as long as we can knock some sense back into him. What the hell are you doing, Zhudong? So this is what you really meant by taking a walk around the area.
Huh? I didn't think you two would actually show up.
We heard some commotion going on, thinking that the two of you might be in danger, but it turns out that you started a fight against my husband. Look, Huohuo told me everything that happened from his side of the story, and I can tell that he was actually telling the truth since he told me that he genuinely felt bad since he lost a best friend in the process. If you don't believe me as well, then I have no choice but to fight you since I don't appreciate you attacking him.
That also works for me. You know, I could do you exactly how I did your bitch-ass husband. But I think it would be more fair to leave you off with a warning. Now listen carefully to what I'm about to say. First off, don't you dare try that bullshit against me ever again. And most importantly, take your sorry asses back to the Zhuming where I won't ever have to encounter y'all ever again.
That's enough, Zhudong! Have you lost your fucking mind? You're starting to remind me of Olarun and Amari's situation with Dawei, but possibly much worse.
I agree with Linyan. This long grudge you have against Ruo isn't worth holding on to. You even got into a short fight against his wife that was forced into fighting you that you also offended just now in order to hopefully calm you down. We understand how you felt about your ex cheating on you 5 years ago from what I've heard, but we all think that you should at least hear Ruo's side of the story out when he wakes up.
Yeah, there's no better time to do it than now since the New Year's festival is coming up. Also, as Olivia said when you were with us in the Discord server that day, you'll eventually regret it one day.
I would listen to them if I were you, Zhudong. Trust me, I know what it's like from experience to feel betrayed by a best friend you've known for so many years. But that's a story for another day. The point is that you should make up with Ruo, since there's a possibility that you may never get that opportunity ever again.
You must be referring to Jericho, right? Anyways, I'll be willing to finally hear him out once he wakes up. And Fenghua, I apologize for my actions just now. Allow me to help you up.
Thank you, Zhudong. I would also like to apologize as well. All I intended to do is to be a peacemaker for your fiasco between each other. But I couldn't stand seeing Ruo hurt like that after seeing the hardships and sacrifices he had to go through to get to where he is today. So I had no choice but to resort to violence, hoping it would knock some sense into you. But good thing your two friends came at the right time to make the situation easier. You must be Linyan the Crimson Butterfly Swordsman and his important friend Clara. My name is Fenghua. I'm a storyteller from the Zhuming. I can tell that we're gonna get along perfectly.
For real? Well, that's awesome. We should for sure set up a collab for the festival. Also, it's an honor to meet you, Fenghua.
I'll definitely be looking forward to watching it. Speaking of which, Don Hung won't be able to join this year since him and Stelle are currently handling a situation in Amphireus. So I was thinking we could dedicate this to him by telling your story about the day the two of you sparred.
Damn. Well, that's unfortunate of them. I wonder if March would be able to come at least.
Well, about that, you guys are going to be disappointed to hear this, but I tried to invite her to our Discord call, but we ended up getting a message from Himeko that she's been feeling under the weather recently and won't be able to join for the time being.
We would have really loved for her to experience the festivities and reunite with her swordmasters. Speaking of which, I wonder if Stelle has been helping her keep up with her sword training.
Hold up, for real? Well, I hope she gets well really soon since I'm starting to miss having her around to uplift everyone's spirits.
Yunli has been telling me a lot about her training with March and the Astral Express crew. I was really looking forward to meeting them this year. Maybe I can use that as inspiration for a story about March's journey as a student of Yunli and Yanqing.
Ugh, what the hell happened? How long was I out for?
You were luckily only out for around 4.5 minutes. Let me help you up, my old friend. I'm sorry about my actions earlier. I'm willing to listen to your side of the story now.
You're good, Judong. This was unfortunately bound to happen anyways. Also, what's with the change of heart all of a sudden?
Let's just say that 2 important friends helped me realize something really important.
Yo, what's good, my man Ruo? I wasn't expecting you to make a trip here.
Yeah, I wanted that to be a surprise since the festival is coming up. So I see your journey as the Crimson Butterfly Swordsman has been going really well for you, Linian. Yunli messaged me the video of your Legend of the Trailblazer performance, and I gotta say that you and Judong explained everything a lot better than Mr. Xian, who I see is still the same as ever. And also, Fenghua and I watched the skit you and Judong made 6 months ago, which was amazing.
Thanks, Ruo. We really appreciate that the two of you enjoyed them. By the way, Judong, the next time we continue the skit, don't expect me to wear that outfit ever again. Other than me being compared to a certain character that is a lot different from me, I feel like it would be a lot better to go with something more original.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're referring to. Although it was a perfect fit for the Genshin universe, I understand where you're coming from. Also, Yunli tells me that you sparred with Cloud Knight Lieutenant Yanqing and won. I've always known how strong you were, but I can tell you've gotten a lot better since we last met. Now that I think about it, how come you didn't participate in the war dance?
As much as I would have loved to take part in it, Judong and I were busy preparing the revised version of the Legend of the Trailblazer.
Now that I think about it, it would have been interesting to see Linian and Yanqing's rematch take place on that stage if my mentor Luca didn't make it. By the way, I ended up going with Xinyu and Carol to watch it in person.
Speaking of which, I remember seeing how emotional Clara felt when we ran into Luca and Svarog when they first arrived, since apparently a disaster happened to both of them back in her timeline, which led her to come here. We should save that story for another day when Clara decides to tell it in a performance. Anyways, we need to get going since I don't want to keep Yunli waiting.
Oh, you're right. The food must also be ready by now. We should head back and continue our conversation from there.
They've been gone for a while now. I wonder what's holding them.
We're back, Yunli. Sorry if we kept you waiting.
Oh, you guys don't need to worry. The food just got here, by the way. And I see that Linian and Clara were able to make it after all. Anyways, what ended up being the problem?
How do we put this? Well, let's just say that it was an outcome that we were all expecting to happen.
But in the end, with the advice of 2 important friends, they helped him realize something that was more important, that helped him let go of his grudge that he's been holding on to for the past 5 years. Although it's gonna take a while for their bond to fully heal.
Oh, well, that's good then. I've been in contact with Olivia recently to set up a date for your therapy session so she can check up on you guys.
We were originally supposed to set it up for tonight as a surprise, but we had to reschedule it since we had to come calm the two of you down.
So that's what it's about. Can't say I'm that much surprised.
By the way, Linian and Clara, Xinyu texted me to place your usual orders, so it'll be on the way soon.
I figured it would be a good idea since I didn't know how long exactly we were gonna take.
Thanks, Yunli and Xinyu. That's really thoughtful of you guys.
Yeah. What would we ever do without a good friend like you for all these years, Xinyu?
Wow, the food is actually as amazing as I hoped it to be. Now I understand why you guys stop by here all the time.
I know, right? That's exactly what I thought when an old friend of mine's who passed away a really long time ago showed me this place around the time we first met.
You must be referring to my mom from back then. That's really interesting.
Although I've been living here for a year now, The thought of you Xianzhou natives being able to live for that long still shocks me to this day.
Hold on a minute, Xinyue. Are you not from here? You were referring to an old friend showing you this place for the first time. And speaking of which, I don't think I've ever seen anyone from your race before.
About that. Although I'm only half Xianzhou native through my human father, I actually came from a planet that was destroyed a really long time ago called Cadence Nexus. Maybe you could tell that story one day during one of your shows, Linyan, since it would take so long for me to explain our history.
Oh, for sure, Xinyue. We'll have to do it as soon as we get Chloe back. It's been 7 months since we last interacted with Bowen the Emanator of Abundance. I wonder what that bastard's been up to these days.
After months of preparation, my experiment is finally complete.
Ugh, where the hell am I? Father, why are you here? Wait a minute, aren't I supposed to be dead by now?
This may come as a shock to you, but you've been dead for only 8 months. I have merely transitioned you into a synthetic body that far surpasses your original human form. In other words, you've officially become a Mara Struck that will be forced into doing my bidding.
What? If you think that's gonna have me fall in line to your orders, then you're as delusional as Jericho. Although I have to say, the only good thing you've done so far is picked this new outfit that I have on all of a sudden. But other than that, you're just as cruel and demonic as I remember.
As much as I appreciate the compliment about the outfit that a friend of mine actually picked, that's no way to speak to your father, Mei Ying.
Oh, really? Well, why don't you tell me this, Dad? What kind of father would concoct these type of atrocious experiments to innocent people and use their own daughter as a sacrifice while destroying her humanity, which led to her coming back right before your evil eyes? I'm sorry, not sorry that I have to say this, but there is no fucking way that I'll ever join you and your cult of demons. But what I will do instead is finish what my friend Xiaoxin, who you killed, has started.